Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Murdoch DeFi YouTube channel. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about a new project that has not been released yet. They're just getting ready to start their Gen Zero mint. So lots of cool stuff. This is essentially digital Greyhound racing. So what you could do is after you mint one of their Greyhound NFTs, you can be able to earn money with it through a plethora of different ways, right? Obviously, you can race your Greyhound to earn money that way. You can also breed your Greyhound. They have 4 different bloodlines. They have different distances, different track conditions. You can make money via training. Not only yours but other people's Greyhounds as well. And then you can also rent out your Greyhounds. So lots of ways to earn passive income here if you choose to do so. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So digital Greyhound racing. And like I said, it's essentially like a racing game that enables you to select a Greyhound from up to 4 different bloodlines. We will go into depth on this project. There's a lot to cover in the actual documentation here. This is a very well put together project, very exciting stuff to be checking out. And of course, we are super early. As you can see here, the public mint starts on March 17th at 4 p.m. EDT. And then March 18th at 7 a.m. for Australian time. I had a chance to speak with some of the founders of the project and talk a little bit about what they got going on. So it sounds pretty cool. They did give over a couple whitelist spots to go ahead and give away. So stay tuned for that on how to enter that. But before we jump into BetNFT and discuss everything digital Greyhound racing, please make sure that you do subscribe to the YouTube channel here. We are currently on the push to 20,000 subscribers. And if you are new here, definitely welcome to the Murdoch DeFi YouTube channel. If you get any value out of today's video, please consider subscribing. I would greatly appreciate it. And while you're down there, if you could hit the notification bell to make sure you're staying up to date with all the content I put out here on the channel, that would also be awesome. Because you might not be aware, but typically, for the most part, all the videos that we put out here on the channel are very time sensitive. So the sooner that you're notified and can get your eyes on new content that I push out, the better in terms of opportunities that you could choose to take advantage of. Also, before we jump into it, first link in the description to the premium Discord server where we give away a bunch of whitelist spots in there, and then also, it's just a great community full of like-minded people that are just trying to earn, passive income through the projects that we talk about here on the channel. If that's something of interest to you, like I said, first link down below in the description. So, digital Greyhound racing, and as you can see here, the races are coming soon. Here is a brief glimpse of what this will look like. So this looks similar to ZED Run. Obviously, they are doing things a little bit differently here. But that being said, their public mint release is in the next 6 days. So you still have some time to jump into their community, which if I check out their Discord right now, they've got about 8,300 members in their Discord, about 16,000 followers on Twitter, and all of their posts seem to have a lot of engagement. So that is good to see. Sometimes we see these projects with a massive following on social media, but their engagement is poor. However, with BetNFT, that is not the case, which is, like I said, again, good to see, right? So the initial mint, right? There's going to be 4 different essentially rarities or bloodlines that you'll be able to mint. So we have that G1, which is the black top. That is the rarest NFT. They have the G2, and then the G3, and then the G4 as well. We're going to go into depth on exactly each one of those and what that looks like. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into, let's jump into their white paper here and get a good understanding of what they're going to be offering, right? So BetNFT is a racing metaverse that enables players to purchase our unique NFTs from our website marketplace and on the aftermarket over on OpenSea. This is going to be a game that is launching on the Polygon network of our first NFT racing game, a racing game that enables participants to select a Greyhound from up to 4 bloodlines with varying rarities, and you're going to purchase those with wrapped ETH. Again, on the Polygon network. So BetNFT holders are able to enter races using either the wrapped ETH and or the actual BetNFT tokens for a chance to claim a percentage of the prize pool. You'll be able to earn from breeding, renting, trading, training, and referral programs as well. Each one of our bet NFTs is randomly computer generated with different markings, attributes, and strengths, which will be applied to the dedicated race in which they enter, helping to determine the outcomes. However, the factor that will play the biggest part in determining results will be the Genesis bloodlines, right? So the rarer the breed, and again, we have those 4 breeds that we talked about a second ago, the better attributes that they will inherit, the higher the chances that they have winning a class race, and the more demand for breeding that they will attract with their quality offspring that they can create. And I think that, with games like this, I mean, the aspect of breeding is very interesting, and I think that is going to be one of the most profitable routes. So if you can come in here early and grab one of these Gen 1 mints, they're Genesis mints, if you can come in and grab one and be lucky enough to have a pretty good bloodline, the likelihood of you being able to make substantial gains during, like, once they launch breeding and all that stuff is live, is probably pretty high. So it's very interesting to see. Pretty exciting stuff, right? Dedicated races, tournaments, invitational events in all class levels will be part of the game. Refining your skills in mastering elements such as breeding, distances, track conditions will hold you in a great stead and become a successful greyhound trainer and or owner. We will also conduct open races. In this BetNFT, participants will be able to enter any of their unique NFTs in which attributes and bloodlines will not apply in determining the result. The open race will see any BetNFT race against any other BetNFT in a fun game. Cool. So I did want to, here's a little bit more about the actual races themselves, and a little bit more information on the actual NFTs. However, I wanted to jump into some of their bloodlines here because I think that this is one of the most important factors, right? Obviously, there's a ton of information here to go through. So I'm going to try to condense this as much as possible, guys. There's no bigger advantage in this game than having a greyhound in your kennel. From any of the 4 Genesis bloodlines, the major factor in determining results will be the Genesis bloodlines. The rarer the breed, the better the attributes that they will inherit, the higher the chances they have of winning, right? So again, here is their 4 bloodlines. They have the G1, which is a 5% rarity. So out of that total mint, and if we look at this Genesis mint, they're only going to have 2,000, right? So getting into this and finding out about this early is obviously massively going to impact your chances or likelihood of making some money, right? So they have the Genesis one, that is the black top, or the G1, sorry. Rarity is 5%. They have the Zoom top. The rarity is 15% there. They have the G3, the Temley, and that is the 30% rarity. And then finally, they have the G4, the half your luck, and that is the 50% rarity. Here you can look at the overall total supply. Obviously, this is going to be this first public mint, right? But in total, there's only going to be 2,100 G1 blacktop mints. There's going to be 6,300 of the G2, 12,600 of the G3, and then 21,000 of the G4. And this excludes breeding, right? So obviously, if you get a hold of any of these NFTs, you're going to be able to breed them. We jump into the breeding. All NFTs created by BetNFT will be able to breed offspring when the game is developed. Offspring can be sold on the open market and are fully owned by the breeding female's owner. The owners of the males will be able to charge stud fees accordingly. So this is pretty crazy, right? If you own a male, let's say you own a male G1, you'll be able to essentially stud out your BetNFT to, and charge a fee to that owner of the female, right? That is breeding. So pretty cool stuff there. And there's strict limits on how often you breed, right? Female owners can breed once per calendar month, and male owners can breed 3 times per calendar month. So the likelihood of you being able to charge quite a bit for these offsprings, or even for these stud fees, is going to be pretty high, right? So like this is why I was saying that it seems to be that the actual breeding of these greyhounds is going to be something that is going to be probably the most profitable aspect of the actual game, right? So when breeding, the offspring will always be to the lower bloodlines. And essentially what this means is if you are breeding a G1 with a G2, then the offsprings will always inherit that G2 gene, right? So they're always going to they're going to always go to that lower bloodline, right? If you're breeding a G2 with the G3, then the offspring is going to be a G3, and so on and so forth. And that kind of explains that here, right? So all 4 Genesis bloodlines will start with the lowest number of breed level possible, and that is 001. The lower the number, the better the breed level. When breeding a male and a female, the breed levels get added together to form a new higher number breed level for the offspring, right? So if you are breeding a Genesis 1 or G1 with a breed level of 001, with a Genesis G2 with also a breed level of 001, the offspring is going to be a G2 with the breed level of 002, and that's going to be how that's going to be played out when the actual game starts. So this is another thing that's pretty cool, right? So the actual ways that you can earn income in the game, there's a lot of different ways, right? So the BetNFT metaverse will provide players with numerous ways to create earnings on our platform. So obviously we know that you can jump in and take advantage of these races, which we'll discuss like how you can earn and what to expect from that. But also breeding, like we just discussed, trading your NFT greyhounds, renting them out as well. So this is something that could be intriguing to people that like might not be able to afford like getting into the game by purchasing NFTs or breeding or anything like that. Because what you can do is you can come in here and rent out a greyhound and then be able to partake in some of the races there. Obviously, if you're the owner, you're getting income by renting it out. And then if you are the person, or if you're like the rentee, right, you're making income based on the how that specific greyhound is going to do in that said race, right? So also being a trainer for other BetNFT greyhound holders. And I know that they're going to be implementing some like metaverse land stuff into this as well. And you'll be able to purchase facilities and stuff like that. And that's how you're going to be able to train like your greyhounds, and then also be able to train others. They haven't given too much information away on that yet, but definitely exciting to see how that unfolds. You'll also be able to create unique NFT skins and accessories to sell to other players inside the game. Adjustment of land from the BetNFT landowners for training, rest, stud, and rehab. So that again is going to be another way to earn income there, either by owning this land or owning those facilities on the land itself. Rental equipment such as training tracks, starting boxes, and or traps, walking machines, hydro baths, swimming pools, ultrasound machines, scales, lots and lots of cool stuff. Referral programs, reward programs as well. And jumping into the actual races themselves, each race entry fee will be tallied with the exact, we exact an overall 2% participant fee, and the balance will then form the prize pool. Percentages are predicted to be distributed as follows. So 60% of that prize pool goes to the first place winner, 25% goes to second place, and 15% goes to the third place winner of that race. I say that their aim is to have races run 24/7 with varying entry and class levels and a chance to claim the prize pools. They are also going to be offering their tournaments as well. So pretty cool stuff to see here. Our top 8 performing greyhounds in each class will qualify to be given the chance to enter into a showcase spectacular. Bragging rights will be up for grabs when we see the best greyhounds in each class go toe to toe. BetNFT tokens will be added to the prize pool along with the tournament event sponsors giveaways. So pretty cool stuff here. Some live streams across all social platforms, and I could see that this. I could see this this blowing up too, right? Like, and I mean, it's no question why they have already kind of developed this massive community, massive following, even before they've minted out any of their first NFTs, right? So pretty cool stuff here. And going a little bit more in depth on the renting your greyhounds out, it says that we understand in this busy world that some greyhound owners may well be too occupied to enter in as many races as they'd like to. Others may simply not be as skillful in mastering elements of the game, such as breeding, which race distances to enter, track conditions, etc., and in turn be missing out on potential earnings that they could be flowing into their wallet, right? Renting out your greyhound to another kennel in the community could be a great option for you. And this is something that is more going towards the passive income side, right? Once you've acquired these NFTs, right, you could potentially pay somebody to train them up so that their performance is great, and then be able to rent them out to other people that are looking to jump into this without having to kind of expose themselves to the expense of actually minting one of these NFTs or buying one on the secondary, right? So there'll be three options as far as rentals go. They have fixed. This is where two parties will agree on the fixed rental term for both the duration and the price. For example, a 3-month rental of a G1 for a cost of 1 Ethereum. The Greyhound is placed into an escrow wallet where the Greyhound owner will be paid the full agreed amount. The trainer will then take control and keep all earnings whilst the contract is valid. Once the contract is ended, the Greyhound will return back to the owner's wallet. Pretty cool there. And all this stuff is verifiable and done on the blockchain, which is absolutely amazing. I love to see this technology move forward and progress, right? They also have the percentage share, where we see two parties agree on a percentage share of the winnings, right? So example, 60% to the trainer and 40% to the owner. However, unlike the fixed rental, there is no time frame agreement on this contract, and either party can terminate the agreement. The Greyhound will then be returned immediately back to the owner's wallet. And then they also have the peer-to-peer rental as well. This rental option allows a Greyhound owner to deal directly with another Greyhound owner to create a peer-to-peer rental contract agreement. The parties involved may choose to adopt either the fixed or percentage share method in terms of revenue. So pretty cool stuff here. And then you can also be able to retire your Greyhound. We will have an option for users that have a Greyhound that isn't performing to their expectations, or have one that's getting a little too old to retire, right? They'll be sent off to BetNFT's 5-star doggy retirement resort for love and nurture till their days end. Retirement will be automatically compensated with BetNFT tokens pinned into their MetaMask wallet, equivalent to the racing class that they've been entering in. We will also be offering to those who choose to send their doggy to retirement the option of entering into a random draw to win a Genesis dog. These will be held once we reach a cumulative amount of retirees. We hope that these options will help keep the market from being overpopulated, floor prices high, and give players a helping hand in some in-game currency to buy back in. Minimum race entries, TBD, to qualify for this option will apply. Cool. And one final thing that I wanted to touch on was the actual tokenomics of the BetNFT token. So there's going to be a total supply of 220 million tokens to be released. So during the pre-sale, you will have the option to buy the BetNFT tokens at a fixed rate of 10 cents USD per one BetNFT token. All BetNFT tokens purchased can be claimed at the end of the pre-sale through our website. There's a hard cap of 190 ETH, and the public release will be 20 cents USD per one BetNFT once hard cap has been reached. They will be releasing some more details or information in regarding the launch, but you can see here how those tokens are split up. So 20% is the development team, 19% goes to the team, 11% liquidity, 10% goes to private sale, 8% to advisors, and 32% to the treasury there. And I mean, like I said, I know that there's a lot of information to go through here, but definitely you're going to want to check out all these other things. You could check out all the different types of races that they're going to be offering, right? Charity races, specialty races, open races, like we discussed in the beginning, where it's not going to take in the attributes of the bloodlines into account. To determine like the actual results, or how you can place in those races. But let me know what you guys think about digital Greyhound racing. It seems pretty exciting to me. And if you had the option or the ability to get in to, let's say, ZED Run when they were minting out their Genesis mints, you know, an insane amount of money that you could have made, right? And that game has been wildly profitable for a lot of people, right? Not only in racing, but in breeding and all that stuff as well. So I am definitely pretty bullish on a digital Greyhound racing by BetNFT. And I'm very interested to see how they continue to unfold their roadmap. I'm going to be paying attention very closely. I will also keep you guys updated on anything that comes out in regards to this via the Twitter. Via my Twitter. If you want to leave me a follow over on Twitter at Murdoch_DeFi to stay up to date with all the content that I put out. If I'm not directly making videos about it, then that's one great way to do so. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. If you could, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and hit the like button on the way out. I would greatly appreciate it. Until next time, guys, we'll see you later.